$700,000 stolen from the Animal Friends Humane Society in Butler County. WCPO 9 News reporter Jake Rout looks at the damage done by this inside job.
Jeremy Taylor has admitted to stealing more than $730,000. Now the Butler County prosecutor is calling it a heartbreaking case.
Mr. Taylor was no friend of the animals of that facility. And that's the tragedy here.
Jeremy Taylor was a volunteer treasurer. For more than 3 years, he made false entries in the financial reports. In a statement from the Animal Friends Humane Society Board of Trustees, it says, quote, "A former member of our board exploited the trust we placed in him and used his training as a CPA and knowledge of our financial processes to steal from this organization," end quote. They say they're working with Butler County prosecutor Michael Moser to recover the stolen money.
Pretty dramatic offense when you consider the damage that he's caused to a wonderful organization, and should have been better spent for food and supplies and veterinary things that go on in those types of facilities. Instead, it went into line his own pockets to take vacations, to pay his credit card expenses, work on his farm.
Moser says it took a heads-up employee to see what was taking place.
They wanted to increase some wages, and the accountant said, no, we can't do that. That somebody's radar went up and said, wait a minute, what's the problem here?
Taylor pleaded guilty. He faces up to 3 years in prison. Moser is upset someone would take money from the goodwill of others.
You have to say to yourself, how many animals were not cared for because the money went into his pocket instead of the facilities?
There will be a civil judgment incorporated into the case. Moser says there's a costly lesson that comes from the investigation.
Trust, yes. Verify, yes. Have checks and balances. It's never wise, in my opinion, to have just one person who knows more about financing than you do as a board member in charge of the pocketbook.
In Hamilton, Jake Ryle, WCPO 9 News.
Taylor's sentencing is set for July 18th.